Tonight on the Night Team. A deadly night in the Highlands. Along the popular Bardstown Road, an overnight shooting left 2 people dead and another injured.
People want to be around fun, lively bars with live music. They don't want to get shot at the end of the night.
We're hearing from local leaders who say enough is enough. Plus, the race to the White House.
I think Trump's campaign displays a lot of strength.
When I am president, we will continue our fight for working families of America.
Vice President Kamala Harris wrapped up her battleground blitz as Trump was holding a rally in Montana, the latest as the countdown to November continues. And later, a Highlands bookstore celebrates its 10th birthday.
What's been really amazing is to see the kids that have been here when we opened the store, all grown up now.
How Carmichael's Kids Bookstore said thank you to the community. You're watching the WHAS11 Night Team. It was a violent night in the Highlands. 2 are dead and another is injured in an overnight shooting. It's our top story here on the Night Team. I'm Alex Dieterer. Police say shots rang out in the 900 block of Baxter Avenue last night. WHAS 11's Alexandra Goldberg and photojournalist Aspen Hester have the latest update.
Violence late Saturday night in the Highlands, a shooting that left 2 dead and 1 injured.
Here on the 900 block of Baxter Ave, questions still remain over the precise location of the violent incident. But what we do know is that Highlands bargoers are shaken up over the violent incident that killed 2 last night.
People want to be around fun, lively bars with live music. Like I said, they don't want to get shot at the end of the night. That's crazy.
LMPD says around 1:45 a.m., officers responded to a report of gunshots in a popular area of the original Highlands, an area known for its late night scene. Police say 1 man was pronounced dead on scene and another was taken to the hospital where he died. A 3rd man was privately transported to the hospital and he is expected to survive.
We cannot continue to tolerate a culture of violence.
Metro Councilman Ben Reno Weber of District 8 covers much of the Highlands neighborhood.
I think anytime you get alcohol and a concentration of violence together, that's just bad.
Reno Weber says there is increased patrol in the Highlands and it will continue throughout the rest of summer.
This is still one of the safest neighborhoods in our entire city. And every incident like this reminds us that it is 1 incident too many.
We did reach out to the alcoholic beverage control in Louisville to see if any action would be taken against any of the bars in the area. We have not heard a response as of this newscast. The Jefferson County Coroner's Office has not yet released identification of the homicide victims, and police say there are no known suspects at this time. In the Highlands, Alexandra Goldberg, WHAS 11 Night Team on your side.
Anyone with information about this shooting should call the anonymous tip line using the number here on your screen, which is 574-LMPD. You can also use LMPD's online portal. New tonight, family members have started a GoFundMe for the woman shot and killed in New Albany yesterday. 25-year-old Caitlin Lee was a mother of 3. She died at the hospital after she was shot in her home in New Albany. Her cousin started the GoFundMe to help cover costs of a funeral and burial. We do have a link to the GoFundMe on our website, WHAS11.com. A Heritage Creek police officer has died after a heart attack last night. According to a post from the city of Heritage Creek, Lieutenant Troy Kamick joined Heritage Creek in 2022 after retiring from West Butyl. Kamick's car now sits at the entrance of the city on Justice Way for people to honor him and place flowers in his memory. He was 53 years old. The ongoing case of former Clark County Sheriff Jamie Knoll is now pitting family members against each other. Knoll's wife and daughter, Misty and Casey Knoll, appeared in a Clark County courtroom this week, where Casey's attorney accused Jamie of manipulating his family.
Away from Jamie's physical presence and his physical control, a much clearer picture of the control and the manipulation and the relationship that he had with his immediate family has emerged.
Misty and Casey Knoll are also requesting their bond conditions be relaxed so they can travel to Louisville. Prosecutor Rick Hurdle told the judge he believed that would be unwise. He said bond is meant to be restrictive. He says he's also unsure if more criminal charges could be brought against the mother and daughter.
There are enough layers here that there are things that have been hidden by the defendants that the state has not uncovered at this point in time, and there may be still some uncovering at this point in time.
In addition to the bond request, Misty and Casey also want their cases to be tried as one. The judge is expected to make a decision on the requests during a phone conference Tuesday. Misty and Casey have both pleaded not guilty to charges of theft and tax evasion. Jamie Knoll has pleaded not guilty to 31 felonies, and his trial is set to begin November 6th. This week, Congressman Morgan McGarvey will meet with representatives of One West as the organization continues to work to revitalize Louisville's West End. McGarvey, who helped secure funding for various projects, will visit one of those projects, hoping to turn 526 South 18th Street into a multi-use facility. Tomorrow, McGarvey will tour the site and meet with the contractors and entrepreneurs to help change the space. Right now, JCPS is looking to fill nearly 100 positions district-wide. This comes as student enrollment is up for some schools in West Louisville. District leaders credit the jump to the student assignment plan that started last year, but two newly popular schools in the Shawnee neighborhood, Hudson Middle and the Academy at Shawnee, are now severely understaffed. Interim Chief of Human Relations Cynthia Groman says growing enrollment is still a good problem to have.
These are all very normal problems to have, especially at the beginning of a school year. The number of those postings do not necessarily reflect the number of actual vacancies for a variety of reasons, but yes, they do show areas of need in the district.
She says resource teachers will help fill the gap. They're certified teachers trained in different areas and subjects. Among many JCPS changes this school year, the Academy at Shawnee has a new principal. And while JCPS is entering their second week of school, other schools heading back this week include Kentucky Country Day. They'll head back to class tomorrow. Meanwhile, the Archdiocese of Louisville schools head back on Tuesday, and then Oldham, Adair, Carroll, Henry, and Nelson counties, along with Elizabethtown Independent School Districts, will head back to school on Wednesday. Finally, Anchorage Schools has delayed their start until August 26th. Donald Trump's running mate J.D. Vance sat down with ABC this morning discussing a wide range of topics from the border to his comments made about families. This comes as Vice President Kamala Harris wrapped up her battleground blitz. ABC's Zoreen Shaw has the latest.
Republican vice presidential candidate J.D. Vance outlining the Trump campaign's proposal on border policy.
Well, the first thing you have to do is to stop the bleeding, stop the open border, get Kamala Harris out of there and actually re-implement the Remain in Mexico policy, rebuild or finish Donald Trump's border wall.
Vance on ABC's This Week responding to his past comments, saying parents should have more of a vote at the ballot box. Vance insists it was a thought experiment and accusing the Harris campaign of twisting his words.
They have turned this into a policy proposal that I never made. And I do think, look, when you're a parent and you have children, you obviously have a different perspective. And I said that too, and I certainly believe that.
Vice President Kamala Harris in San Francisco for a fundraiser with former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi today. She was in Las Vegas Saturday with running mate Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, the final stop of a battleground state blitz. Harris appearing to follow Trump's lead, proposing to eliminate taxes on tips, hours after the powerful culinary union endorsed her.
When I am president, we will continue our fight for working families of America. Including to raise the minimum wage and eliminate taxes on tips for service and hospitality workers.
Trump responding, she copied my no taxes on tips policy. Harris also dodging tough questions about the administration's involvement in Israel's war in Gaza.
We need a hostage deal and we need a ceasefire.
The Democratic convention starts next week. Zoreen Shaw, ABC News, Las Vegas.
While Harris and Walz were campaigning in Nevada, Trump was holding a rally in Montana. As supporters waited outside to be let in, they gave their thoughts on the 2024 presidential election. Trump's rally was delayed as his plane was forced to divert due to a mechanical issue. Still, thousands were excited and feeling positive energy about the campaign.
I would say the Trump campaign is very joyful and excited to bring back what he had started 3.5 years ago, or finished, and the last 3.5 years have been a nightmare, and everybody knows that Kamala Harris has been a big part of it.
I think Trump's campaign displays a lot of strength and unity and hope for the future, whereas I think Kamala Harris's campaign is more, it's all over the place.
This was Trump's only rally this week, and it came in a state he won by 16 points 4 years ago, rather than one of the 7 key battleground states. Former students and fellow educators are now reacting to Minnesota Governor Tim Walz being selected as Vice President Harris's running mate. Most are confirming the consensus the country has given him of Midwestern dad is true. Walz taught at Mankato West High School, and former students and colleagues remember Walz's exuberant presence from the hallways to the football field. For some, they say his classroom was a safe haven where all students were welcome, even as a football coach.
Dare I say, there's a lot of toxic masculinity in the whole football realm. And to see someone who is the football coach, but also saying, hey, we're not gonna, you're gonna respect everyone, and I absolutely won't put up with any of that crap. That was really, really bold and very important. And I do think that created a culture shift.
Walz, who is the football team's defensive coordinator, would serve as faculty advisor to the school's brand new Gay Straight Alliance. Former neighbor and now principal at Mankato West, Sherry Blasing, says his work and skills in the classroom has made him a successful politician.